Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, June 8th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are somebody that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. Before I get to the watch list, a couple of clarification points. First off, this number you see over here will still be changing, and this candlestick, as they're called, will be moving around. That's because the market's still open for a small amount of time, but I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And the next, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame. So for your beginners out there, what that means is that each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, AERC. And wow, what a monster. Now, I did this one in yesterday's watch list video, and crazy to think that in yesterday's video, I was sitting here talking about how that was a key area of resistance, and now looking at it, that level is completely irrelevant. But for anybody that did watch that video and did buy that breakout right there, I mean, congratulations. You got paid in a big way. So again, big congratulations to those of you that did that. I'm going to go ahead and delete these lines out. Like I said, they still pertain to the chart. They're just not relevant right now. So we'll try to keep this as clutter-free as possible. But as far as new levels to watch moving forward, first level to keep a close eye on, going to be right there at, what is that, $9.50. You can see the price pulled back there a couple of times and found some buyers. So if the price does pull back, of course, that doesn't guarantee that there will be buyers there again, but it at least makes rational sense to keep an eye on 950. So watch that. And then as far as areas of resistance are concerned, key level to watch, going to be that resistance trend line there moving forward, which sits right up there around, let's just call it $13.75. So keep a close eye on that area. But all in all, any way you look at it, monster move. So it'll be interesting to see if this can carry into Wednesday. Next one, HUSA, another monster mover here with a good final portion of the day as the price, you can see right there, hit new highs during that last 30 minutes. It is pulling back here a little bit, but nonetheless, definitely updates need to be done. So first level of support, that like AERC right down there at essentially $6. You can see a couple of times both there and there, 2 times the price came down there and found buyers at that area. So again, does that mean that if the price does pull back to $6, it will once again find buyers? No guarantees. But is it rational to think that way? Is that a valid thought process? Yeah, it absolutely is. So keep an eye on $6 as far as supports are concerned. And then as far as resistance levels, nothing fancy or complicated here. Really just a question of where's the party stop. And that's right up here at $7.25. Generally speaking, the price a couple of times now has gotten up around that area, and both times the momentum has disappeared. So not saying that that'll continue to be the case, but just saying that moving forward, if the price does get up around $7.25, you want to make sure that the buying stays strong enough to overcome this apparent selling that's made itself apparent this afternoon. But all in all, very nice movement. So let's see, like with AERC, can this momentum carry into Wednesday? Let's see what happens. Next one, JAN, and this is super interesting because of what I like to call self-fulfilling prophecies. So let me be very clear. The line I'm about to draw, I'm not trying to imply is a secret discovery. I'm not trying to imply is some sort of special talent on my part. I assure you, people around the world have been able to draw this trend line and know this, and not even a trend line, but this level right here at $4.85. You can see this was a high from several days ago, and then surprise, that's essentially right where the price got rejected. So my point here is this: you're going to have all sorts of breakout players watching that level. So while it guarantees nothing, it does make it more than plausible and valid to think that if the price can return back up to 485 and get a break up through it, that break in and of itself could very well produce quite a bit of upwards buying pressure. Again, guaranteed? Of course not. A valid thought process to have? Absolutely. So keep a close eye on 485 moving into the next few days. And that's the main dynamic that I think most people are going to be wondering about, because it's such a well-defined area now. And in this price range, there are a lot of breakout players. So we'll see what happens with it. Next one, AMC, and a very impressive day today. Things were looking pretty sketchy, but did get a nice move here. And you can see broke above this area of resistance, which goes about the first update, which is based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. And I mean, wouldn't you know it? You can't make this stuff up. Broke above it right there, pulled back, found support right there, and then up it went. So 1220 going to be one of the overall levels of support, and a very important level. And I'm not saying this will occur, but just to illustrate why it's so important, if the price were to come down to 1220 and then break down through there, what would that be doing to the price? That would quite literally be putting the price right back to where it was. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that go back to where they were, not exactly a sign of true power, true strength. So you'll definitely want to keep a close eye on 1220. As far as areas of resistance are concerned, next key level now to watch closely moving forward, going to be right up there at $13.50. But yeah, no doubt about it, very nice bounce today. Let's see if the price can continue to build upon this momentum. Next one, ticker symbol GME, GameStop. And wow, what an afternoon. Not a whole lot was really going on, but then you can see back here, volume came pouring in, and then of course the price is booming. And as I speak right now, the price continues to move higher and higher. In fact, as I talk, maybe this thing is about to break up over $150, and that's why I like to do these videos when the market's still open, because like I said, we're witnessing some action here. So yeah, keep an eye on that, and let's see if it can even break over 150. But the key dynamic here that has already happened is this level right here at the 148 mark, which was this previous area of resistance back here from May 26th. And you can see right now that the price is above that level. So this breakout has occurred, which now brings up a very valid question. Is this the start of something even bigger? Now think about that question. Something needs to happen in the first place. If nothing happens, then there's logically no reason to say, hey, is this the start of something bigger? Because there is no this. However, in this situation, the this is that this breakout has now occurred. So it may seem kind of like a very vague question. Oh, is this the start of something bigger? But be able to ask that question is a big deal in the first place, and the whole idea of a watch list. Identify unique situations, identify situations that are interesting, and then watch them. And then if they do ultimately behave in a way that fits your trading strategy, then you can take action on it. So yes, as I speak, is this the start of something bigger? We'll have to see what happens, but there's no doubt about it. This is certainly a worthwhile event as it's broken up through that very important level of resistance. Just want to step away quick and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering here very soon. So if you're liking what you're seeing and you want to learn more about this tool and how it can and how it should be used to help build consistency as a trader, then certainly get signed up for the free class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can click on, or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can click to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying what you see and you want to take your understanding into all of this to another level, then certainly get signed up for that free class. Next one, EFOI. Did this one a while ago and drew out this pattern here, and you can see that earlier in the day, the price finally got the break of that pattern, and then price never really looked back. So just a beautiful, beautiful technical pattern breakout here. So we'll go ahead and get rid of those lines as they serve their purpose for now, and we'll map out some of the more relevant ones. First relevant level is, as far as levels of support are concerned, and pullback areas right there at that $2 mark. So if the price does pull back to $2 and you like to play pullbacks, probably an area that's worth at least keeping an eye on. As far as levels of resistance are concerned, pretty straightforward here, right up here at about $2.45. Generally speaking, as you can see, it's just where the party stopped every single time. So whenever the price has gotten up around that area this afternoon, the momentum has just not been able to sustain itself, which again does not mean that it will never sustain itself in the future. But as of now, that just becomes a key technical point. So you're going to want to watch that. And then just from a broad, pattern perspective, we have a resistance, we have our support, we have the big momentum move right there. So for those of you that like to play bull flag patterns down in this price range, here you go. Next one, IMPP, and the level here that, and going back to the whole talking point of self-fulfilling prophecy, so I'm not trying to impress you, I'm not trying to imply any sort of great discoveries, but I assure you, a lot of people have drawn that trend line right there. So you're going to have a lot of people, and rightfully so, watching that area, let's call it right up around 61, 62 cents, that are wondering, all right, if the price gets up there and breaks it, hey, that would be a breakout. So guarantees, no. Valid to think in a way that suggests, hey, if that level is broken, it could very well produce good additional upside buying pressure and momentum. That is certainly a valid thought process to have from a breakout standpoint. So keep a close eye on that. As far as areas of support are concerned, very straightforward level got formed today. Down here at the 56-cent mark, you can see here a couple of times the price is down there and the price held strong. So keep a close eye on that. But I think, at least in my opinion, the most interesting dynamic, and probably the dynamic that most people are going to be watching and caring about, is all about that trend line there and whether or not the bulls can get the breakout of it. Next, NIO, and a very, very nice move over the past couple of days. Got the breakout through that 1890 mark. As you can see with the move upwards there, going to actually get rid of that level. And this brings up our first key update, though, which I've already talked about. Now, I think that was AMC, but that level of resistance has been broken. So now moving forward, this would be an area of support that you want to see the price ideally stay above at 1890. So keep an eye on that. And to give credit where credit's due, so far so good. The price has been down around that area several occasions and has continued to hold strong. As far as areas of resistance are concerned, two interesting dynamics. The first dynamic here is that the price is actually broken up through that trend line. So we have another question here of, okay, breakout has occurred. Is this the start of something bigger? But what I'm extra curious about is, okay, but can the price actually break up through these highs where it stumbled previously at 1975? So I'll go ahead and change that to stand out a little bit more, but that's the level now that I think a lot of people will be watching. So it's almost kind of a double whammy of self-fulfilling prophecies. Got that one right there, but you got to think that would be that much more people buying and interested if now the price can break up through those highs. So keep a definitely close eye on 1975, but overall, very nice day today. Next one, AMZN, Amazon. I got a lot of good feedback yesterday, and it sounds like a lot of people want to continue to monitor this one, so that's what we'll do. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these levels here as I've served their purpose for now, because now moving forward, there are really two main levels. So the first level from support, and this will mean a bit more to those of you that watched the video from yesterday, but I talked about that green line, and again, not patting myself on the back, but certainly patting charts on the back. So certainly get signed up for that free class if you haven't. But you can see down there and literally bounced right off that green line. I promise I have not moved that. If you don't believe me, I'm not insulted. In fact, it's good that you're skeptical, but all you got to do is go back and watch the video I did previously, and you'll see I put that line right there. Again, I don't say that to brag about myself, but I do say it to brag about technical analysis and charts because they're a great tool. But you can see right there, it did hold strong as support. So moving forward, right there around 120.50-ish is going to be that main area of support. And then resistance-wise, we now have confirmation that, yeah, that purple line up there, which on my chart denotes the 50 period moving average, is certainly going to be a thorn in the side of the chart. As you can see right there, rejected the price several times. And then again, last 30 minutes right up there, rejected the price back down. And current value of that is over there at 123.62. So those would be the two main levels to watch moving into Wednesday. Next one, TSLA, Tesla, and as somebody that trades this one, or at least watches on a daily basis, wow, do we have a very, very interesting scenario here, and it all revolves around this red line here that I talked about previously. But you can see last part of the day, the price was trying to break above that area and couldn't quite do it and form this topping tail candle. So it presents a very interesting situation where in my mind, it's looking like this thing probably wants to pull back a little bit here. But it is Tesla, and you never know. But like I said, going back to the whole idea and philosophy of a watch list, it's worth finding interesting situations and then watching them and see how they play out. And the other thing that I want to update here is this green line that I talked about and get that extended upwards here, because as you can see right here, that throughout the course of the day, that level came into play right there and bounced right off of it. So if this topping tail does suggest that there's going to be a pullback, the level here that I'll be watching very closely is going to be right around that 710 mark, and whether or not that trend line can hold, because if it doesn't, then of course, as I've said a million times, are no guarantees. But if 710 cannot hold up, then in my mind, I think there's a very realistic chance that this thing goes down to at minimum 700, if not even lower than that. But who knows? Let's just first see if this topping tail candle here from the last 30 minutes is suggesting that a deeper pullback will come. If it doesn't, and this thing continues on up, next key area of resistance is going to be that purple line there, right now valued at, let's call it 727.50. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, then certainly get signed up for the free class. Like I said, it'll be later this week, Thursday, June 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern, so I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy this format, if you would like for me to continue to make these videos, then do two things for me. Hit that like button, leave a simple comment, say hi, tell me what you traded today, tell me what you're watching tomorrow. But those two things communicate to me that you are enjoying, and as long as I know people are enjoying, then I will continue to put in the required time and effort to create this sort of content for you. So again, get signed up for that free class, hit that like button, leave a simple comment. Everybody take care. Have a good one.